enough of that. But it saves me doing any editing and putting any intro music. You see, Carly is the king of the single edit, the one-way cut. It'd be a walkthrough or it'd just be a face-to-face. I don't know how to use that stuff. I can't be asked to learn. But I can tell you a story just with one camera on a single shot. You know, what else used to. I mean, the true artists of cinema recognise that as a particular skill. Cinematographers. Anyway, here we are. Thank you for coming back. Welcome back. I'm still here. I haven't posted anything for a bit. I'm just really busy. I'll get there. You know, I'll get into the swing of it. The uploading takes a pathetically long time. I won't bore you with the details. But here it is. So, Carly, heating. So, I mean, I'll fill you in on the details. When I arrived in the wood, I came with the clothes on my back. I was on the run, basically. And I just landed in the wood, and I've been here ever since. So I got better, you know, and it's a burial ground, you know. We bury people in the woodland, and so I'll never leave. I'm the only human, incidentally, who's going to be buried in the pet cemetery next to my dogs. Yeah, it's an I afford myself. Heating water. Heating water is extremely useful. You know, you need it for so many things. Bathing a wound, you know, cleaning dishes, cooking, everything. We've already discussed the various grades of water and what you should be using for cooking. You should really be using filtered spring water for cooking, or well water, or something that you can clean. After that, you're looking for efficient means of heating that water, because you want hot water. Now, I've used a lot of things. When you first rock up, you're probably going to be on gas. Everyone is. If you've got a caravan or a barbecue or whatever, you've got gas. But gas bowls, in a survival situation going forward, in a grid down situation, are unobtainable. So I wouldn't rely on something so unobtainable. Very convenient, lightweight, that's mini. More expensive every day, but does have its use. And I was on it initially. It kept me alive for the first few weeks. Sorry, cat. You've just been fed. Okay, she just wants a bit of love. And it's very useful for that, but it's inconvenient to carry. It's a difficult shape. It's you know, I just think ultimately, I mean, you can make it from your methane, you can make it from your gas, from composting toilets. I've done so, and I've never tried it, but apparently it's relatively simple to pressurise a gas cylinder with that. What I will say is, at that time I had chickens, and I'd cook the eggs in the morning. It smelled like farts, and I was always like, are these eggs off? And I had fucking chickens. I knew my eggs were fresh. But yeah, no, it does give off an odour once you burn it. And it's a lot of work. You can build a gas fire, there's plenty of stuff to look on the internet. If it works for you, it depends how many people you've got, depends what you can produce. For me, there are loads easier ways of heating water. I live in a woodland. I'm going to use wood. So quite quickly, I left the gas. What I will say on gas is that in the UK at least, we have two different types of gas that are generally available: propane and butane. Butane's normally in a blue bottle and propane's normally in an orange bottle, but just as everything is in England, there are exceptions. You'll find the green, yellow and all sorts of other colours, but you want to be on propane. In the UK, and there's a very distinct, you know, reason. Butane's a little bit cheaper, but not significantly so. When I first moved in here, that first winter I was here, 2012 I believe, October 31st I moved in, 2012. And that winter was I moved into a place with no firewood stock, no knowing what to do, and the harshest winter we'd had for over 50 years. I mean, it was minus 17 in places in Lincolnshire. And what I found was the butane froze. So anything under about minus 13 degrees, the butane will freeze, whereas the propane won't. And propane goes down for another 10 or so degrees, which you'll never see in the UK. So in the UK, I don't care if it's cheaper, it ain't worth it. Just everything you have should be on propane. Unless the price disparity becomes so great that it might make sense to use butane, but you'd only be able to use it really in the warmer months. Otherwise, all of your regulators, and there are various different types of those, I'll talk you through on another thing, That's when we get to energy. We're still on water, but when we get to energy, I'll go through some of these things. But really, if you're outdoors in the UK, you want to be on propane. Don't fucking bother. Anything with butane, just swap the regulator straight away. Use the same hose. Just swap the regulator for a propane regulator and switch to propane. Because, trust me, I've been in a caravan where the butane froze, and I woke up the next morning, there was ice crystals on my duvet. I was under 3 duvets, so I was okay. I wasn't dead, and I had hats on and gloves. But yeah, that wouldn't have happened if I'd been on propane. I think that year it was minus 17. Butane freezes at minus 14, so it'd frozen and gone off in the night, the caravan thing, because as soon as you stop heating the caravan, it gets cold because it's got such little insulation. They're all right while you're heating them because it's a small area, but once you stop heating them, they get cold very quickly. The gas went off and I nearly froze to death. So I woke up and there was literally ice on my eyebrows and on the top of my duvet, and I was under 3 very thick duvets. I was lucky to survive, and I would have been better off if I'd been on propane. I used this little one for a while. I've lived variously in a shack, caravan, another caravan, teepee one winter. I lived in a teepee. Do you know, the most comfortable winter I had. This thing's followed me around. It's been in various incarnations. It's got a little oven. That's what makes it distinct. And made in late 60s, early 70s for caravans and stuff, but I picked it up for about 50 quid and she's been my baby. Inside now, I had a Rayburn for a while. Well, it was cat. See if we can refocus that. It's still recording. Sorry, that was Minnie. She jumped up on the table for no reason. There we go. It's alright. And oh, it's been with me ever since. What we're going to do, I'm going to put a pint of water in each system and light them all at the very same time, and we're going to time them and see how the various things work. This is this one will be going on the gas. Unfortunately not on this one because it hasn't got a regulator at the minute, but I have my gas stove over there. This is if you have a normal cooker, you can always buy the jets to run it off propane bottles. A natural gas, so if it was a normal cooker from a house, it wouldn't automatically work because it's a different pressure, it needs different size nozzles. You can contact the manufacturer or get them on eBay, fit them yourself. They're not hard. I think they're about 6 quid a set, which means they're probably 12 quid a set because I live in the 1840s. I do apologise. So this one's going to be going on there, but there's going to be a pint of water in each of this receptacle, that receptacle, that receptacle and that receptacle. They're all dry at the moment because this is a scientific experiment. Everything must be fucking logical. So there's already a pint there to go in the first one. This one will go on the hob over there. I know there are watering cans on there. I'll just move them out of the way. That's for my bath later on. This one is a Kelly kettle. I mean, this design's been around since the 30s. They are brilliant. So imagine that this is a jacket and up through the middle is a chimney. So there's water containing in here, but up through the middle is a chimney. So it heats from the inside really quickly. And you can pop a pan on the top and cook ramen or whatever. You light it through this hole, and if you're out in the field, you can tilt it towards the wind to make sure you get lit. This is the old gypsy kettle. I've not tried it yet. It comes in this lovely kit. Comes out and little feet go over. The feet go over like this, and you put in methylated spirits in a little tin there, and that boils your water. And these were, you know, riding the rails in the US if you were like a hobo. It's the kind of thing you have. I found it at a car boot, and it even came with instructions. I've never lit it. I've had it for a while. And you have to unscrew the lid after you've filled it in, otherwise you cause an explosion. Just like this one, when you're carrying water, when you fill it up with water and then you're carrying it back, you put that in so it doesn't slosh out. But you must take that out when you light it, otherwise it will pop out and take your eye out. Came with these instructions. This thing, I don't know, it's probably 1930s, so it's nearly 100 years of age, and it's never been used. So I'll be using it now. This one I picked up for car boot surface. I have used this on because it folds down flat. I can't show you that now, but I'll show you it after we've finished. It folds down flat and it's really easy to go in your backpack. And he's actually, not only can you cook on the surface and boil a kettle on the top, it's actually a good little mini wood burner. And you can sit around it and it will give you generous heat. But you can do that with this. Once you've finished with this, take that off and just keep feeding that and sit on top of it, lovely and hot. Gas again, it is what it is. But quite quickly, I believe that most people, when they go off grid, soon go to renewable sources. That's what we're all about, and that's wood in this country. It's not the same everywhere, and if I lived on a ground where there was coal just beneath the surface, I'd be using that. If I had a a free-running burn or fast running water course next to me, I'd be using that, and all my energy, including heating, would come from that. Why wouldn't it? And in closer to the equator, I'd be using a lot more solar. In UK, solar's all right. I haven't featured it here, but I could put an electric kettle on a battery connected to an inverter off the solar panels, and probably boil a kettle with the solar I've gathered today, even in May in the UK. So you're talking to like 2,000 watt kettle, it drain a battery so quickly. Whereas this thing just has taken sticks. That's all it's in here, sticks, he says confidently. Yeah, I just fill this, no, there's none in there. I should fill this one up. I've done that one, but I haven't done this one. Yeah, you just fill it up, you just walk up and down, find a few sticks. This time of year, normally dead wood just lying around, just snap it, throw it in, and that's the beauty of it. And you can use a lot of things to power this, and it's exceptionally quick to boil water. That's why I'm doing it, because if there are two contenders to win here, they're going to be this one and this one. It's going to be a race. Does the gas or does the Kelly kettle do it? Because these things are so efficient. These guys, I don't expect great shakes. They'll get there, but they'll get there slowly. These guys are turbocharged. And these things, what I will say about these Kelly kettles, they come in a variety of forms, and this one's lightweight because it's aluminium. It's good for backpacking. Although they're a bit bulky, they don't weigh anything. They do a stainless steel one, and if I knew now what I knew then, I've had this about 15 years, I'd have a stainless steel one, because I'm worried about the effects of drinking out of aluminium, particularly if you're heating it. So, mate, honestly, you can't worry about everything. Has this little pan holder on the top. This was an optional extra, cost me an extra like $7.99, but you can put a pan on there. It really does roar up, you'll see in a minute. It really does get a roaring flame through there. And you fry an egg, you can do a burger, quite handy little bits kit. Got a few extra bits of wood to keep them going, just to make sure it's a fair contest, because the gas has unlimited supply. I will not give up, so just make sure we've got enough in here so it does get to the temperature that we require. I mean, judging what's boiling is going to be it's not an exact science. With this one that's going to be on the gas over there, it whistles. It's the only whistling kettle I have though, and it's probably going to be the first one to boil, let's be honest. It's on a big gas hob, like a normal gas hob, and there's only a pint of water in it. So, as fast as an electric kettle. That'd be about the same speed as an electric kettle, I think. Right, let's get this all set up. Pint in each. That's the first one. Water from the spring, and been filtered, because this is for a cup of tea. I hate to waste energy. This is for me to have a nice cup of tea with. Right, next one, pint in there. Pint in there, one penny. I shouldn't, that's cultural, shit. That's cultural appropriation. I should not have said that in an Irish accent. I'm allowed to, because I'm part Irish, so there's a bit of paddy in me, woman. Oh look, I didn't realise it had that. Oh, it's perfect for tea. Right, okay, let's just put a pint in there, Paddy. That's perfect. That's my new teapot. Now, this had lost its little methylated spirits container, because this runs off methylated spirits. It's like alcohol, really. And I didn't have anything the right height, and I've lost the original. So I recycled this bell and a coffee tin. I put them together, and that'll give me the right height, I think. Oh man, I knew that was going to be a problem. There we go. That'll work. Now I'll get the meths. These little hobo stoves, these little gypsy stoves, run on methylated spirits. And that is part of all the mythology, the mythos around it. It's like the drunks would drink the methylated spirits as well, which apparently, oh fucking hell, gets you, sorry I shouldn't be swearing, gets you really drunk. But they put something in it, and I think that's what the blue stuff is. Because it used to be clear when I was a kid, and now it's purple. I think they put something in it so you can't drink it without being violently sick. But I just need to put a little bit in here, and then we're going to have to light it a bit. Should I light? Oh, you haven't. It's just like methylated spirits is kind of like, it's just alcohol, isn't it? It's just an extreme type of alcohol. That's what I think, anyway. I'm worried about lighting it. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put the bottle, I don't think I've ever owned any of this, but it's quite handy because I've just started oil painting. So it'll be quite handy to clean my brushes. And it was only like £2. Right, I've got it all in my hands, so I don't think that's a good idea. That one's ready to light, this one's now ready to light. I have the big yellow lighter. I thought, keep far away, get a lighter. So I bought this, but I'm not sure it even works, because a lot of the time when you buy new shit, it don't. So, I'll leave the gas one till last. Put that on last. I think that's going to be the winner. Let's get these going, because these are all a bit more tricksy. Fill this one up. Oh. Tree. This is about as fun as watching water burn. I'll tell you what, it's quite good for getting rid of flies and insects. The smoky as you would not believe. Let's see how we're getting on. Just try and make sure everyone's still alight. Oh no, I think that one's gone out. Ow! A fighter. This is going to explode, isn't it? Yeah, because that's going to be really hot. That's, this one's, I'll tell you what, that's pretty much boiled, but I didn't, yeah, that's pretty much boiled, but I didn't reignite it because I know that that dish is really hot, and if I pour some methylated spirit, it's going to flush bang and blow us all up. So, I don't know, I reckon the little gypsy kale thing won. That's definitely, I can make a cup of tea with that, I will. It's a real shock, this. It's not what the scientists expected. Ow, that's still really hot. Piping hot. That's a proper cup of tea. The little gypsy kettle won. This one's now just starting to boil, I think. I think you could say that. One way of telling is you can actually put this in, and when it actually starts boiling, you create a boiler and it pops out. It does actually tell you. This one here, I'd say really. Nah, miles away. Miles away. Little gypsy kettle one. This is going to pop out in a second. That's going to take my eye out. Let's get my cup of tea out of the way. You can't trust these things. Science is not an exact science. Hopefully I've proved this to you. Next week I'm going to show you my extensive still collection, where I purify my water through a distillation device and make whiskey in the woodlands. No, I'm making jokes. Oh, gee up. This is please subscribe, like and whatever, and hopefully we'll be able to do some more stuff like this. I mean, I do know how to do stuff more successfully. This is, I mean, I can hardly see. This is quite there! You know, you can hear it boiling. There we go. Heating with wood. The easy way, but wear goggles. Cheers!